Hello, my name is Mark. I'm a former Bridge student graduating in 2015, now working in the film industry. June is Pride Month, where many countries around the world, including the UK, celebrate the LGBTQ+ community. It is also an opportunity to push for LGBTQ+ rights. Pride marks the anniversary of the Stonewall riots. Police raiding a gay club in New York City resulted in 6 days of protests, calling for safe spaces for LGBTQ+ people to express their sexuality without fear. As part of our celebrations this month, we have been working with some of UBS's Pride Network to create this video.
So today I'm out to my family, my friends and my colleagues as a gay man, and I feel really comfortable being myself. But I haven't always felt that way. Today I know it's okay to be different, but I didn't hear that a lot when I was growing up, and I haven't always found it really easy to be authentic and open. So for me, when I was growing up, I used to think, like, how do I get to be like other people? How do I get to be like them? How do I get to be normal, whatever normal is? I also heard people in the playground saying things like gay or that's so gay, and it was very negative and it was really derogatory, and I didn't want to be associated with that. And being gay didn't seem like an option, and over time I became very isolated. And it did have an impact on my mental health. What happened was I came out to my friends. It was very overwhelming. I was scared. I was really, really scared. And they were so supportive and loving and kind, and they accepted me as I was. And I wasn't called those names that I'd heard in the playground all those years before, you know. Friends are out there. There's support out there. If you're LGBT+, talk to people, get that support. If you're not LGBT+, be the friend, be accepting, accept people as they are. You know, if you hear somebody using derogatory language, challenge them on it and say, do you know what, I don't think that's appropriate, because you never know who's going to be listening.
I'm going to tell you about how I ended up with 2 lives, how I ended up leading a double life, and how I've brought those 2 lives together, and now I'm an authentic person who's honest with everyone. But I did have 2 phone numbers, 2 Facebook accounts, 2 sets of friends, 2 sets of hobbies, 2 names, 2 completely different looks, and I did this to explore my gender identity. I'm transgender. I was born male. I grew up with expectations of masculinity, and I have a strong feminine side that I wanted to express but didn't know how to. You can't build deep, proper relationships with people if they only see half of you. It wasn't 2 lives, it was 2 half lives. So I began the terrifying and scary task of explaining to each side of my world about me. I came out to my friends who knew only the male version of me and explained how I've had these feelings and explained how I've been exploring and expressing them. And despite expecting rejection or humiliation, everyone was just accepting. They thought it was cool. And I've chosen to accept and present only the feminine version of myself. And that's Chloe, that's what you're seeing now. That's who I am and who I am going to be.
I came out to myself a little bit later than probably the average person. I decided to tell my closest friends. I had not had one single bad experience, which also made me very comfortable to talk to my parents fairly soon. For them, it took a little bit longer, I would say roughly about half year. But again, I was absolutely fine with that because it took me 25 years. So I have enough time to wait another 6 months for them to accept it. One other thing that I would like to tell you is that over the last 15 years, banks and big corporations have realized that diversity is an absolute big asset to the company.
There was this day where the students in my school all got to form groups and put on plays which they wrote themselves for the other students. One of the plays that a group of students put on had some gay characters in it. And I remember sitting there in this audience with all these people around me and watching this play, and the play itself was really good. You know, the characters were actually nice characters, they were sympathetic, but all around me there was just jeering and, you know, laughing and people saying this is disgusting. And of course it just made me feel awful. And I left halfway through the event and went off. So this whole story is about, you know, the ways that you can react to someone coming out. You can be silent, which isn't great. You can be even like that crowd and you can be jeering, or you can be the person that stands up, puts your arm around the shoulder of your friend and supports them and shows everyone else that you support them.
I clearly remember being about 12 or 13, and I fell madly in love with someone who was a couple of years older than me. Not unusual, right? But problem is, I went to an all girls school, so I had fallen for another girl, but I couldn't talk to anyone about it. Everything around me was focused on boys, the boys from the school bus that we fancied, the celebrities that we were into, the bands that we were into. And I did like boys too, so I could join in with that, but I felt very confused because I also like girls. And it took me quite a long time to understand that it was my mental health that had got in the way of me really being my true self, that I was, acknowledging that I was bisexual. I do sometimes get sad that I didn't have all of this when I was a teenager, when I was in my 20s, but I have a fantastic life now. I've accepted myself for who I am, and I have people who love me, and I want that for you too.
My dad, mostly by ignorance, was a homophobic person. I heard comments being said at home that make me think that it is not okay to be gay. And so back then, I went through a very tough period between the age of 10 to 18. I obviously realized I was attracted to men, and I now realize that your sexual orientation is not a choice. But back then I really wanted it to be a choice, and I really wanted to fit in. And that led to many years of feeling lonely, isolated, and not belonging. First of all, I realized that people do change. When I came out to my parents, it was tough for my dad for a number of years, but today we've never been so close. We have a stronger bond. He is very proud of me, and I would say he's a better father today than he was when I was a child. If you're a person that may be gay, bi, trans, or you think you might be proud. Don't be afraid. There will be loads of people throughout your life that will support you and love you for who you are. And then a more important message, actually, it's to anyone who might not identify as LGBT+. That's also cool. But what I want you to be is I want you to be that cool person who actually challenges people when they use inappropriate language towards the LGBT+ community. That does not let people be intolerant, because it is not okay today in this world that we're in, and never has been, to be intolerant of people whose sexual orientation is not their choice. And it's true of any other forms of diversity. Be that champion of differences.
Here are a few statistics to leave you with. Also, please do remember that Bridge's values are very clear. If you would like to talk to someone at Bridge about any of the topics covered in this assembly, contact Miss Walsh, Place to Be, or your tutor. Thank you for watching, and happy Pride Month.